Stronger is the true story of Jeff Bowman, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, a victim of the Boston Marathon bombing, lost both his legs in the bombing, and he helped the FBI identify the douchebags that committed the bombing, as well as trying to regain strength and confidence in himself and try and let go of the tragic event that has plagued his life up to this point in the bombing, while trying to learn how to walk and rehabilitate himself. Stronger is the second Boston Marathon bombing movie to be made within the last year, although Patriots Day and Stronger are very different movies. Patriots Day focuses on the manhunt for the douchebags that did it. This movie really focuses on a man trying to recover from a traumatic event and trying to bring those around him closer together, where he's really just tearing everybody apart. Things are really in the background in this movie, so if you're looking for another biopic about the Boston Marathon bombings, the aftermath, and the manhunt for the idiots that did it, well then just go watch Patriots Day, because this isn't that movie. Gyllenhaal plays Jeff Bowman, and once again, Jake Gyllenhaal proves how great of an actor he is in this movie, just how much range he has. This is definitely an Oscar-worthy performance for Jake Gyllenhaal, and I quite frankly think he deserves an Oscar, but what the hell do I know? He's been robbed before, especially of nominations. Supporting cast is also really good. Tatiana Maslany as Erin Hurley, Bowman's girlfriend, equally as good. Miranda Richardson as Bowman's mother. Wow, that performance blew me away. This is what it really comes down to for this movie for me, is that it just hits so close to home for me. I've been a Boston resident for 5 years now, and considering the fact that I walked down Boylston Street, the street that the bombing happened on, the day before going to a Red Sox game, and my brother and I were considering going down to the finish line the day of the bombing, which was the next day. Knowing that I could have been in that situation, not to take anything away from Bowman or anybody else that was hurt or killed, unfortunately, very tragic situation, honestly, but this movie kind of makes you think. It's like, well, if you're a Boston resident, you always go to the marathon, it's like, that could have been you. And I kind of had that feeling watching this movie. I was like, especially where I had been down that road the day before and was planning on going to the finish line the day of. Luckily, it didn't happen. Unfortunately, a tragic event did happen on that day. I think this film really does a good job of keeping all the Boston Marathon manhunt for the terrorists stuff in the background and just focusing on Jeff's story, his road to recovery. And watching his road to recovery is pretty painful and really emotional, and it tugged at the heartstrings for me. This is a very emotional movie, especially being somebody that lives in Boston. Watching fellow Boston residents try and recover from tragic situations like this is just, it's painful. And I really couldn't bring myself to watch Patriots Day to review Patriots Day, I should say, for these exact reasons. Gordon Green, the director of this movie, actually did something really unique. He actually didn't use actors in scenes in like the hospital and at Fenway Park. There's a scene at the end of this movie where I believe it's just a random Red Sox fan. Jeff Bowman gets to throw out the first pitch at Fenway Park, and after the game, he's walking through the concourse at Fenway Park, and all the Red Sox fans are greeting him, and there's this one Red Sox fan that tells him a story as how inspiring Jeff really is. And in that moment, I was like, this is not acting. I don't think that's even an actor. I think that's actually a Boston native who's a Red Sox fan and just happened to be at the ballpark the day they were filming that and really just got to show what people like Jeff mean to the city of Boston. The movie really does a good job of showcasing the fact that Jeff Bowman really didn't want to be regarded as a hero. He gets to wave the flag at a Bruins game during the Stanley Cup. He gets to throw out the first pitch before a Red Sox game. You can tell it torments him inside, and when he's in a crowded area, he thinks back to that bombing and his situation, and you see that he suffers from PTSD, and the movie does a really good job of portraying that. It is a very realistic take on somebody who lost something and his road to recovery. And it was really heartfelt, really emotional, tragic, sad, depressing, but also really uplifting. I almost cried in some parts, and I don't usually cry during movies, but that's also too because this movie really hits close to home. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. I would definitely go check this out if I were you. I am going to give Stronger an A+. Just want to say thank you for watching my review of Stronger. I know it's a little late, about a week. Apologies on that. Next week, I plan to have a review of Blade Runner 2049. Whew, cannot wait. And maybe a review of the original Blade Runner. Haven't decided yet. But thank you anyways for watching. You are awesome. Until next time, I'll see you. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, you're on YouTube, subscribe at the end of this video, and check out some other videos I have done. Facebook and Twitter link will be in the description below. See you soon.